your pants. Nice to see you again. Now, with witty put-downs, a laser beam glare and a no-nonsense attitude, surely one of the toughest people on the box. No, I'm not talking about Janet this time. I'm talking about Lord Sugar. Here he is in action.
Morning. I want to see whether there needs to be any of you tiddlers to be thrown back into the sea. Sound like the most successful double act since the Chuckle Brothers. What planet are we all on here? I'm demanding the answers, and you better will supply them. I have visions of him trying to fix a toaster in the bath. If I wanted to be loved, I'd go to Tinder. Not so much Alexander the Great, but more Desperate Dan. So your Jimmy Choos became Jimmy Poos. What do you actually do? What are you on about? Mistake on that, mistake on this. I said I don't want to hear anymore. I'm disappointed, very, very disappointed. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
Oh, well, hopefully we aren't in the firing line. Please welcome Lord Sugar.
Good.
Good. Can I just ask before we start, is there a kind of Blue Peter badge for Apprentice fans? Because I don't think I've missed one episode in every single series. It's sort of an Apprentice anorak or something.
11 years. She's been watching it 11 years.
Since the very beginning.
A certificate, you mean?
Yeah, something, you know.
Did you get anything?
No, I got nothing.
No, okay. What's your answer?
Nothing.
No, but it's amazing. There's, I often count how many it is. I mean, sometimes we started off with you, I think we had 14, and then we've had 18 and we've had 20. So if you add it all together, including the junior ones, it's running into maybe 160, 170 candidates. Yeah. So, yeah, you're going to make a party one day, aren't you? Invite them all.
Am I? You're going to sponsor it? He's not. You're going to sponsor it?
Yeah, well, you put it in a book now, of course. You know, your 10 years in telly. We have to ask, is Syra in the book?
Absolutely. Yes, she is. Yes, indeed. She features very strongly in the book. Yes, absolutely.
Favourably?
Yes, yeah, very favourably. Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't be here today, would I? The thing I remember about her when she came on was your... Do you remember how you spoke?
Did I?
No, you did speak a lot, yes.
Yeah, I didn't say my big gob.
No, but you...
I talked very much like this, didn't I, Lord Sugar? And I think sometimes it really got on your nerves.
It did, indeed, yeah. You sounded like a speak and spell.
It's because I used to teach foreign students English.
Right, but
so
I wasn't foreign.
Oh, there she is, look. We've managed to sort of pause her in mid-flow. There we go.
You look the same.
Yeah, there we go. And that's, of course, back in the days that you were plain old Sir Alan.
Yeah.
Sir Alan, as it used to be. Now you're Lord Sugar. I have to tell you, Janet is wrestling with this a little bit because she doesn't doff her cap to many people.
No, OK. You don't have to do that to me, dear.
I can call you Alan.
Just curtsy.
I've managed a mini curtsy to the Queen, but I don't know about you. Yeah. Do you mind if I just call you Alan?
Absolutely, you can call me what you want. It's better than one of the names you once called me.
Now, Alan, when I read your book, because obviously I worked in television behind the scenes for years and years, I knew how difficult it must have been for you to go from being a boss running a massively successful company to have someone miles younger than you telling you what to do.
Who was that, then?
No, you know, on the programme, the production staff.
Oh, right, yeah. No, it's true. I mean, one of the things that you don't appreciate, and I think candidates also don't appreciate, and in fact, when we get into the boardroom for the first time, when I see them for the very, very first time, as I say in the book, I do my introduction, whatever, and then I stop and I say, let's stop the cameras now. Let's just stop the cameras now. We're not recording, and I want to tell you this. And part and parcel of my speech to them, first of all, is you're going to be told what to do by a lot of young people. Some of them half your age or whatever. They know what they're doing. Don't argue with them. Don't give them any lip, because I'll kick you right out that door.
But did you have to be taught that as well, to respect
No, I'm just a nice person. It came to me naturally. Yeah, naturally.
I could imagine you bristling, though. It must have been. Did you nearly walk out once? You did.
I did once, but I'll tell you what used to get on my wick a bit. It was very nice. The young kids, right? Not the same one every day, but the young kids, which you would call them the runners, is that right? Yeah. And what they do is they literally, the terminology is that they run and get you a cup of coffee, or they run and get you a sandwich, or run or get you a bunch of grapes or whatever, or an aspirin or whatever. And as you get there into the studio, this young kid comes running up. Hello, Lord Sugar, can I get you any coffee? No, I'm all right, love, thank you very much. Sure I can get you any tea, something to eat, sandwich? No, I'm all right, thank you so much. And then 5 minutes later, hello, Lord Sugar, can I get you anything? I said, no, I'm all right, dear, I really am OK. And 5 minutes afterwards, is everything OK? Like cold drink, cup of tea, coffee, this, that? No, I'm all right. And in the end, I said to look, I will call you when I want something, OK? And, of course, when I do want something, she's not there.
What was interesting, though, because it's quite revealing, in your book, you said when you got your first set of CVs, i.e. mine and the other 13, you thought we were a bunch of plonkers.
No,
when you read our CVs.
Oh, excuse me,
I
never said that.
No, we all
I never said that. I said the CVs were good to wrap my chips in. But no, I never said that. Honestly, I didn't. In fact, you bring a very interesting point up. I was as new to that programme as you was. Yeah. Because they said, do you want to do this programme? I said, all right, what's it all about? And my wife said to me, yeah, go and do it, because there's a fellow in America called Trump who's done it, and it's supposed to be a very, very big hit there. I said, all right, I'll do it. And it dawned upon me right at the very, very end that I had not seen any CVs, right? The Peter Moore and the other girl, Tanya, they said, oh, I suppose you better see some pictures of these people that you're going to... And this was literally, I kid you not, no more than about half a day before we actually went into the set. So I didn't see any TVs. I'd left it completely to them. Of course, it dawned upon me, yeah, I suppose I should have had some input. And from then on, I started to have some input into people. So it wasn't your CV, darling. Oh, it was someone else's. But
in the current series, do you have a lot of say on who are the final candidates?
Well, no, what happens is this, is that the BBC's policy is that the whole country has to have a chance. So they go out auditioning, and they go to Manchester, Birmingham, London, OK? And the production team go out there, and literally thousands of people come into hotels and all that type of stuff. And then they slim it down. To make a long story short, at the end, they slim it down to 70 people. And it's those 70 CVs that I get to see, OK? Don't see the people, and they don't see me, but we have a discussion about those 70 people, and that gets squeezed down to about 25. If we're starting the series with 18 in, for example, we need a few, reserves, if you know what I mean. And then when we get to that 25, then they go off to see. They go have another few checks done on them here and there. Yeah.
Some slip through the net.
They did, didn't they?
You always seem to have a posh one who's a bit of an idiot.
On that note, can I just say Lord Sugar is going to stay with us because we've got a sneak preview of tonight's episode, which I believe is a bit of a belter. So Lord Sugar is going to hang on for that, and we've got lots more to come. Welcome back. Lord Sugar is still with us. Now, last week we had one of your Twitter enemies, if we can say that, Piers Morgan, on the show, and he was very, very popular with the audience, it has to be said. He was. Well, we can report that Lord Sugar...
for taste, is
no, there's not. But listen, you're just as popular, in fact, more popular. Just have a look at what happened in the ad break. Yeah, but you surpassed that, didn't you?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. The audience here were even...
I want a DVD of this.
Yeah, we did. Do we have it?
Sugar, Lord Sugar, even sexier than Piers. Lord Sugar, Lord Sugar. Brilliant. Sexy, sexy, sexy beast. Lord Sugar, Lord
Christmas gift to you. There you go.
That's very kind of you.
Yeah.
How much of your day do you spend on Twitter? Because
not a
your
lot,
feud
really.
with Piers is fantastic.
Not a lot, really. It's when I get an odd moment, you know, and I'm sitting in the office or lunchtime or something like that. Or, you know, as you know, it doesn't take long to tweet, so I wouldn't say it's hours all day long.
So what is it with you and Piers Morgan, though? What's that all
Well,
about?
I think, you know, I have to serve, you know, it is a service that I perform on behalf of the country. He needs to be kept under control. And it is a public service, really, yeah. And the good news is that the taxpayer doesn't have to pay, so I'm doing it.
Thank you for that. That's great. That's great. Now, listen, we are going to get to see a little preview of tonight's tonight's show. I mean, this series, are you pleased with it? Do you like this bunch of candidates?
It's very good. Well, that's the thing about the series, you know. This is the 11th series, and what's good about it is that every series is different because of a different group of candidates.
Yeah.
That's what makes it, really. I mean, because, you know, the tasks are more or less the same. We're selling, we're buying, we're marketing, we're making something. But, you know, the candidates are the ones that make the difference.
Yeah, well, there they are. This is a task tonight. They've got to organise children's parties, haven't they? Are there any of this lot, or indeed of any of the series that you've done, that you've thought, you could be the next me? You could actually surpass me?
I guess there are some people around there. I mean, you know, the last year's winner there, Mark. He's a real sharp, switched-on guy. Ricky, I think it was the 2 years before. He's the guy that runs the employment agency. They're good people. I grew up in a different era, you know. When I started my business, I was 18, you know, back in 1960, blah, whenever it was. You know, there was none of this internet and all that type of stuff. So I was able to make stuff in a garage, if you like, make televisions and make. You can't do that these days. There's all this new world business that these youngsters are in. So who's to say? You know, I mean, where they're going to go? Yeah, I think I've got a few. I've got a few.
Can I ask you a quick question? You mentioned Donald Trump earlier, who presents the American series. He's running for president in America. What about President Alan Sugar?
No.
Mayor of London.
Mayor of London.
I'm not being a big head, but I reckon that if I did put myself up, I would have been voted in. In fact, the Labour Party suggested that I should put myself forward. The thing is this: I haven't got a clue what he does, and I wouldn't have a clue what to do either. And secondly, you know, I have too much interest in London, so there'd be conflict of interest. In respect to lots of my businesses and all that stuff, and I haven't got the time for it, to be honest. And you know, you mustn't underestimate that these people, prime ministers or mayors, they do supposedly know what they're doing.
You nearly choked when you said that.
And they spend their whole life in politics, you know. And I sit in the House of Lords, and I would say 70% of the stuff that goes over my head that they're discussing there, and about 30% I can understand and get involved in because it's commercial matters and all that stuff. But some of the policies and all that thing are a bit.
Well, listen, we're going to bring you right back to the real world because we're going to be talking about rinsing. This is a growing trend in which it's usually women pose for photographs, they post them online, and men send them gifts. Apparently that's it. These are three sisters, Lucy, Sophie and Stacey Brooks from St Albans. And can I just report that Lord Sugar's eyebrows went up quite sharply during that. They've been posting photographs online and they claim to have received £75,000 worth of gifts, including iPads, shoes and handbags. And that is it. And this is called rinsing.
Really?
It is the free lunch, I guess.
I'd love to know what we'd get if the four of us posed.
Oh, for God's sake.
It'd be slippers, hot water bottles.
A bus pass. But, I mean, given that your message, essentially, Lord Sugar, is hard graft, isn't it? Through all these series of that programme, it's about hard graft and really putting in the effort. And then you see this modern phenomenon. As you say, things have changed since, you know, when you were setting yourself up in business. What do you think of...
I think
is this entrepreneurial spirit?
No, it's not. I think it's the oldest profession in history, isn't it? That's
well,
what it
they
is to
do
me.
say that there's no contact,
No,
you know, there's no
okay,
physical
but,
contact.
I mean, why, you know? Mind you, it's given me an idea. Next time someone stops me in the street for a selfie, I say, OK, £5. Yeah. to Great Ormond Street, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
No, strange.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know what to do next, do they, really? It's just... I don't like it.
Yeah. What do you think, Janet?
I'm not that bothered about it because I just think, well, they're only girls having fun, and if there are enough mugs around that want to give them money and gifts, you know, who cares? I mean, I'm with my new friend Alan on this because I started off with a Saturday job and then I worked my way up from the bottom, and I was always very, very keen on working hard and getting a reward, and it was really hard for me to see the bimbo people at work get, you know, move past you because they were doing the other version of that.
Yeah, don't talk about clean like that. That's
well, no, there's always someone at work who'll do anything to get ahead.
When you get things for free, you just don't value them, do you? So I think that's a really important lesson in life, is working hard and valuing something. But also, as a mother of a daughter, I would be horrified if my daughter felt that she needed to take a selfie and receive gifts from men that she doesn't know. I mean, that's an area of concern, isn't it?
It's also dangerous. I mean, they're saying, oh, there's no contact, but there has been a restraining order with one guy that got,
it's going to get into that
close, and there've been a few phone calls. I mean, that is a dangerous game to play.
Yeah.
I think very dangerous.
Yeah.
Listen, before we wind up, Janet was saying that you love your Twitter, and I certainly follow you on Twitter, and I know about your bike rides. I know when you're in Florida, I think, oh, Lord Sugar's coming home. He's coming home. But
God, is there a restraining order on it?
You've got a stalker.
Yeah, watch it.
I'm about to send you a gift as well. No, I'm not. But why does a man like you sit in every Saturday night and watch The X Factor? And you've been tweeting about Cheryl Cole. That puzzles me.
Well, the thing is, first of all, it's remote. Who's got control of the remote control? And that's the wife. So, you know, and I it's kind of concede that because Match of the Day is not on till much later. Cheryl, you know, I know Cheryl. She knows me very well. She's been on my programme, Celebrity. She came to my 60th birthday party, and as you would do, sitting with your wife, you're going, oh, Cheryl, as we know her, blimey, she's too thin, you know. So, and that's all I said, really, you know. And then there's some woman in the Daily Mirror today who said, well, I'm going to answer. Cheryl doesn't want to get involved, right? And I'm going to answer for her. So Lord Sugar's too old, too something or other, and too short. to which I tweeted her today saying, well, if we're exchanging insults, you need a nose job.
I think you two should go for lunch. You're going to get on well. Lord Sugar, listen, thanks very much for joining us today. Can we give you the certificate? You're not going to give me a certificate for watching every episode, but here's one for you. You are now officially loose, Alan Sugar.
Oh,
Very good. Thank you very much.
Very good.
That's a very, very rare thing, especially for you. Right.
Thank you very much.